I'm going live again. I don't know, it's weird. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, would I be going live on mostly every day, sometimes twice a day, I would have told you, no fucking way. But here I am. My studio runneth over ribbon microphones. You know, I started going live and they came in, you know. So I have a recording studio. I've been obviously working on ribbon mics for quite a few years. And I'm a producer. I'm an engineer. My company is called Original GravityWave Microphone Company, OGMC. Here's some mics I've been working on. That mic is the one we're talking about today. But as we get started, I just wanted to bring some attention to some other microphones. So this isn't like a get quick money thing, because the work that goes into all these microphones takes a lot of time. But I happen to love working on ribbon mics. And the more I work on ribbon mics, I feel like the more I educate myself in my own designing of ribbon mics, which I have about 5 or 6 designs. And my first one will be coming to fruition in about maybe 6 weeks. I'll physically be able to have a prototype that I've been working on for a long time. I believe the microphone I'm designing with a crew of my friends will be one of the most original. Well, I shouldn't say most original. It will be a mic that no one has made like that. And as soon as it gets released, I'm going to get fucking ripped off. So, made me choke. So what I like to do, kind of like Robin Hood, is I like to get budget ribbons that can cost a few $100, some of them don't. And I like to put in high-grade aluminum ribbons that are somewhat resilient, like Royer ribbons. Doesn't mean these are going to sound like Royer mics, but what Royer does really well is they make a very strong ribbon mic that's corrugated with enough mids and highs that makes a microphone fucking kick ass. So that's what brings me to all these microphones. The topic of today is going to be a golden age, which is this one. Earlier today, I had done this mic right here, which is a pretty sick mic. This is made by MKIII. I don't see a lot of these. It's made to really accept high sound pressure, or SPLs. That's the top part of the ribbon there. And so I was working on this one today for my friend Chaz out of the East Coast. He has a bunch of mics here. So I wanted to kind of wrap out a little bit before I get started and just say that one of the biggest things I try to advocate for is being able, and I'm talking only about myself. I'm not a rich dude, by far, I'm not. And when you get a microphone, you want to have a recording studio, it's really hard to find really good mics that are affordable. So all these microphones you see are kind of refurbished mics you can buy online on the used market, some brand new. You buy them for some under $100 and some around $100 and some for a few $100. But the best ribbon mics in the world, the price range starts around $600 and goes up to about $5,500 for good ribbon mics. Now, why is that? Well, honestly, it has a lot to do with the ribbons. The ribbon departments at Royer are super fucking serious about, might even weigh the ribbons. AEA has a massive serious ribbon department because of all the models they deal with that have to have corrugators that are like, BK5s. All those are different, And then you get into these Chinese microphones that are all these. These are all Chinese microphones that are mass produced. And I'm not even lying. The transducer in this mic, the transducer in this mic, the transducer in that one, which is the motor where the ribbon is, and this one, and this one. These are all the same. Same company, different sizes, made in China. They're all the same, but they all look different, and they're all different brands, except for these three are MXLs. No, I'm sorry, these three are MXL. This isn't. This is called a Superlux R102, which is amazing. This one is a Cascade. They don't make Cascades anymore, but ironically, they make this mic right now. So this company called themselves Golden Age Project. This company was Cascade. It's the same, pardon my French, fucking microphone. Just different. This one's active. This one isn't. Why and how and does this work? It honestly is just affordability. You cannot make a microphone anymore in the United States, and Chinese companies have they're tooled up to do it. You send them a mic that looks like this, you say, can you make this for 99 bucks a pop, which means they have to give it to you probably for 25 bucks a pop or something like that. They can do that because they're just tooled up. If I went to Orange County where I live at and I wanted, holy cow. I've been traveling all day and my phone died. I'm in the middle of eating a chocolate chip cookie as my phone just fucking died. Thank you. Are you guys all there? My mouth is full of chocolate chip cookies. Right. If I'm back, someone give me a shout out. Let me know. Holy cows. Holy cows, man. Thank you. Woo! Made it, man. I just traveled all across the city, plug in my phone, set up the YouTube. I put it in. I forget to put the Old Faithful cable on it, so the battery dies so fast when you go live. Drinking my Pellegrino. Holy cow. So, anyways, what else is new? Story of my life. So today we're doing, obviously, a golden age. I wanted to show you a comparison. This is not a golden age. This is a Cascade. All these companies, they pretty much get all their stuff from China. This has been around for a few years, and these look like Apex 210s, which early 2000s, maybe one of the first mics to come out. Beautiful, large ribbon in there. I've just done this one. This one is actually up for sale from me personally. This is the golden age, which I'm going to work on. Yeah, dude, Johnny's a beast. Juan Hernandez mentioned about my bass player from Distortionfelix, who's Juan Alderete from the Mars Volta, and was in Racer X. So these are all Chinese microphones, and also the transducers, which is the motor where the ribbon goes. That's an example of one. There's one in there. There's one in there. There's one in there. And then there's a smaller one in there. They're all the same. But all ribbon mics, like any mics, aren't created equal. Some of these sound a little bit better than others, and some of these are made better than others. We have one here. A few nights ago, I did this mic for Chaz as well. All these have OGMCs on them because I've just worked on them. And make some room here. We got a lot of mics going on here. We got this bad boy too. All Chinese mics, so all same transducers, but the values of these mics all vary. This one right here I did a few days ago. These are my favorite lollipops. These are Cascades. They don't make them anymore. These have become Pinnacle. There's a Cascade right there, Fathead. The company's called Pinnacle. The owner passed away, from what Chaz had mentioned to me, and the new company is called Pinnacle. These all come from China. And I'm not sure why. Now, this is a mystery to me, and I'm just being honest. These microphones are all under 500 bucks to buy them. And they claim to be great ribbons, which in some ways they are. But why do these microphones, which are made the same as a $1,200 microphone, cost different? Well, I believe it's in the ribbon. Royer microphones are made of space age metals and all that, but truth is, it's a magnet, it's a transformer. But the ribbon department is pretty fucking serious. Same with AEA. We're talking 1,200, 1,400, 1,800, 2,200, 3,200, 4,500, $5,500 for large ribbons like these, if that had an AEA brand on it. But the magnets are massive. They put a lot of time and effort into tuning the ribbons and taking them serious. Now, MXL are I mean, even though I told you fatheads are some of my favorite, these are some of my favorite lollipop ribbons. And I'll, just really quick so I can clarify, these are from a person on the East Coast that sent them to me to have me go through them. This one's from England. My friend Paul did this one. Chaz has this mic and this one and that one. One guy. And hello, what's up? Mary and Sam are on board. And then these mics are MXLs. And the ribbon departments in AEA, Buyers, Royers, Kohl's. A pair of Kohl's is $3,000 to $3,500. It's the same thing that's in all these. It's a ribbon, it's a magnet, it's a transformer. But the ribbon is the, if you can say it was a picture, it'd be your eyes, but it's your ears to high quality. So what I do for the last 4 or 5 years, I've designed my own type of ribbon. It's not, I didn't make it up. I learned how to make really good ribbons like Royers. And so I put a durable ribbon, and when I say Royers, it doesn't mean it's going to sound like a Royer mic. It just means the way they corrugate their microphones are different than a lot of other companies. And I've just taken a little bit what they do and a little bit what this company does, and I've morphed it into a style of ribboning that I think adds mids and highs. And it's true, if I get this, okay, this is a mic right now that you can go buy for 99 bucks. Sweetwater. It's free shipping in the United States. They can ship this to me if you get my information for free. I'll upgrade this for 250 bucks. I'll send it back to you, free shipping, cover the mic for 100, and I'll cover my upgrade for 250. And you'll get back a mic that sounds like a $1,400 ribbon mic. That's what I do by putting in a high quality ribbon. And the other day, a cat came down that had bought one of these from me. But what I didn't know, and I thought it was strange because he said, "Oh, I bought a pair," and then he only brought one to me. I said, "Okay, well, it costs some money." So I did this mic for him. And when he picked it up, he goes, "Okay, cool. I'm going to go A/B this to the stock one." I was like, "Oh, shit. Like, he's really going to put me on the spot." I'm cool with that because I know for a fact my mic will be 2, 3, up to 5 dBs louder only in the ribbon. I can do that. And how I do that is I cut it close to the ribbons as possible. My corrugation is nice. It has mids, highs, and tight low. And so he took it back, and he texted me about 3 hours later after he picked it up, and he says, "Dude, I feel like playing a guitar again." He put the original unmodified R144 on the cabinet, put the one I did next to it, and fucking blew the doors off his studio because he could not believe the fidelity that he got out of my microphone by just changing the ribbon. And the mics that I've done mics for Ruben, the now drummer for the Foo Fighters. I did some 160s for him a while back when he was in Nine Inch Nails. My friend Gus is in Roger Waters' band. I did his lollipop navies that look like fatheads. I did Justin Medell Johnson, who's in Beck and St. Vincent. He's a producer of Paramore. I did his 160s. He did the same thing. He brought a 160 to me. I repaired it because it was blown. That night, he put it up in his studio next to a stock 160, which I didn't know he was going to do. And everybody just wants to know what's the big deal. And he wrote me back, said, "Dude, I just want to let you know, your re-ribboning of that 160 sounds better than the stock 160 I have." So all these things that I do are like really legit. People will hold me to the flame if I don't get them right and they don't sound good. So that's why I do these. I'm so passionate about them. I did a mic that was just like this for the singer from Granddaddy, Jason. He uses it all the time when he makes his records, and I put a new one in there. My friend Gio, who owns Black Volt guitars and amps, and he makes sick fucking amps. He has one of my ribbons that's in a 210 Apex 210, and it just goes down the line. The drummer from Warpaint. I've been to Daniel Lanois. I'm making a mic for Daniel Lanois. My friend Aaron from Ship Studios has probably 8, 2 Coles, 2 buyers, 4 of these MXLs. He bought 2 blue ones, and then he got the limited edition ones, the silver ones, and he did them. And his technique is cool. He's a singer-songwriter. So if this is the top of the acoustic, he points the front of it down onto, or I'm sorry, the back of it onto the acoustic, which would be reverse polarity. And then he sings it into the top while he's playing. And talk about genius. So he's like getting this guitar coming in and it's rejecting his vocals, but then the vocals are coming in the positive, and that's how he uses it. So the world of learning ribbon mics is pretty fucking unbelievable to learn about it. So here is the motley crew of some of my favorite stuff. Chaz brought down a fathead. I went online here and I expressed, if you got a fathead, bring it to me, man. I'll make it fucking sick. He did. He brought me 2. That's one of them. Let me put that one back over properly in its bag. Hold on. We got to keep track of this shit. Not shit, but you know what I'm saying. And then, now this one is a R40. I had a mint donor body that I had for a long time. This one is made of pure silver wiring. It's probably about 150 to 200 bucks of silver wiring all through this. I painted it with this cool car paint that I had gotten a while ago. I love it. And this one is, it's a donor body that's been completely ripped out and redone. This one I'm selling personally. It's 500 bucks, free shipping in the United States and fully insured. And this is super, the high end, because it's silver, is fucking smooth. It's different than any other ribbon mic you've ever heard. That's this bad boy. Let me put that one back in its place as I thin down the herd to get down to the essentials. Then Paul from England, and I thought this was another mic when he says, "Oh, have you ever done a Superlux?" I thought it was another mic, and it wasn't. I've never worked on this mic. So this is a active ribbon. I believe they're mostly available in Europe, and it's called a R102 Superlux. This thing, okay, now I already told you my ribbons are loud. This is already fucking loud because it's active. And once I added 3 to 5 dBs of my ribbon, it sounded like I was singing. This microphone, I plugged it into my Neve. It sounded like I was singing into an 1176, slightly cranked. And it really blew my mind. So I'm going to say I'm adding this to my new list of favorites. These really aren't available. I only saw one on eBay, about 150 bucks. I don't know where it was located, but most likely these are going to probably come from Europe. But if you find them out in the woods in LA, I would say you better get it. So this isn't mine. This is for a really cool cat named Paul in England. He has a 6 studio that he's building, and he sent me his ribbon mic collection to get it sorted. So when he gets the launching of his new studio, he's covered. Then earlier today, Chaz sent me this one. Even though you can't, I covered up the logo in there. This is an MXL R80. The insides, even though I showed you, and it still has a Chinese transducer like that, where the ribbon is. This microphone takes high sound pressure, which you could put up on a Marshall, because there's about a half inch of foam in the front of it. You can't even see the ribbon. It's totally blocked off. But these are super killer, and I'm not even lying. You could probably find these for free, maybe 30 bucks. Now I think Someone lives in the Inland Empire. That's not you, Juan. I don't believe. I think you're in. I'm gonna forget it again. Lancaster, Palmdale. Jesus Christ. Anyways, in the IE or in the desert, there's a guy selling 2 of these in Southern California, and I think he wanted 100 a piece. And I was gonna offer maybe 75 a piece to buy them and soup them up. But they're out there if you can find them. And these are super cheap. I mean, just nobody. These are not on anyone's cool list. Don't let anybody tell you that. Uh, Blue skies saying good night, good luck, interesting, but out of my lifestyle. Okay, that's all good, man. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, these are. I mean, honestly, no one cares about these. No one. If you see me talk about these microphones, I'm the only fucking guy talking about these because everyone else is too fucking cool. Well, I shouldn't say that. All those bands I mentioned are cool enough to get them. Stella from More Paint, the drummer, she has a pair of these, which I've done for her. But I mean, just generally speaking, no one is going around the world saying, "Hey, man, Arwen." Oh, actually, you know who used these? Eric Valentine, who's a sick fucking producer, got a stock pair and used them and was actually shocked and surprised in how good they sound. Now, those are stock. Once I put the new ribbons in them, they're fucking unreal. I'm gonna try to contact him to see if he would let me do his, or somehow I can get him a pair that I've already souped up, and if he would try them out. So yeah, these are the ones you can get right now. Order them from Sweetwater. Now there's Amazon and Musician Friend has these, but there's always some kind of weird delay. They always tell you like they got them, you pay for them, and then they say, "Oh, sorry, they're out of stock," and you gotta wait. MXL and Sweetwater, they're like 2 peas in a pod because every time I have someone buy these, within 2 to 3 days they arrive at my PO box. 99 bucks. I'm 250 a mod, and I'll ship these back to you. If you're in the United States for free, I'll insure the mic and the mod. And if you get my information, Sweetwater, it is free to ship it. So it's kind of like a win-win. And the reason I offer that, some people are not into hunting down for deals. So that is strictly for the people that just want a one-stop shop. You go to Sweetwater, you get the mic, it arrives in my PO box, and then I fix it for you. These ones are the ones that you can hunt around for 20 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever you can find them for. And I'll redo these ones. And these are super sick. Once again, this is Chaz, New York. I just did those. There's one more to do. Now we're getting down to the essentials. Holy cows, Batman. Okay, so this is one that I didn't know. At the time, I got this before I believe I knew Chaz was going to send this one over. So this one is a Cascade called a Cascade Victor. I think on the used market, obviously they don't make Cascades anymore, and I'm sure this is turned into something at Pinnacle. I don't know what it would be. These listed for $350 to $450 on the used market. So if you were to buy this for $350 or $450, send it to me, you would have to add 250 bucks on top. This one, I've already done it for you, and it's $450. So it's almost the same cost as it would be if you were to get me a donor body. I've already put a new ribbon in it, and it's a super, you can see it in there, super massive ribbon. And it comes with a super killer, where's it at? There it is. Comes with a really rad bag. You shove the mic in there and you hang it upside down or standing up. These are large ribbons, so if you can, always keep them like this in your world. And because it comes with this really cool bag, you just put it in the bag and then you hang the bag in your mic closet. So this one's for sale. If someone's interested, it's my own personal microphone. It's $450. It's a Cascade Victor. I put that ribbon in it. It's tuned. I've already tested it. Super beautiful top end, clear top end. And there's nothing in between really the sounds going into that ribbon. And this could be used for drums, room mics, acoustic guitar, maybe some vocals. Use it with a pop filter. Really, really sweet mic. But basically, we're Chinese. And the origin Shiny Box used to make these. Apex 210s, when Apex was a company, they made these. And now that same company has been marketing these, where now Cascade has them, Pinnacle has them, and then now, you know, you can get this one right here. So we're thinning out the herd now. Okay, thank you for letting me do my little wrap. You know, I feel like sometimes people, if they just join in, they don't really know what's happening, and I'm just talking shit working on something. So everything has a meaning and a mission. Yeah, so we're gonna be on the golden age right now. This is from Chad's and the East Coast. He has a fucking insane studio out in the middle of the woods, the woods, and he's got his whole ribbon mic collection that he sent out a good portion of it to me, and I'm gonna hopefully do it. Now, I've never opened up a golden age, even though this is active. I'm not doing anything to the active circuit. I'm just basically going to be repairing and fixing the ribbon. And I'm going to work on this one. So like I said, the one I've already done, which was the Cascade, which I mentioned is for sale. That one is technically the same mic as this, I believe. We'll find out now. Except that one is not active. That one's passive. And we're going to do this. So let's... holy cow. This is my third mic today. I'm really doing it. Okay. So when I did the original Apexes, there's a little bit more of screws and nuts and bolts to do, but this is pretty good. I'm going to do 1 screw, 2 screws, 3 screws, and then these are going to unscrew off, and then the head basket's going to come off. And the transducer and everything, and the motor is, I believe it would be mounted in, somehow it's mounted in the top. I can't remember if it's mounted to these. I don't think it's the screws. So once I get done with the top, it just basically pops off and you see the guts inside here. So let's do it. First I need a drink. And Mary and Sam, welcome to the crew. I'm sure we're going to be talking over the next week, which I'm looking forward to that. Good. And yeah, I drank my Pellegrino down to half, and then I put a cherry soda. Oh man, those things are so addictive. And it's one of those cane sugar boutique cherry sodas. Oh wow, congratulations. So Mary and Sam, they have a studio. Oh, I'm sorry. They just signed the lease on a commercial building they have to make a studio. Wow. Monday you move in. Congratulations. I know the feeling. I moved into my studio here. I signed the lease in January, and in April I was up and going making records, and I've made some of the sickest records of my life being here. So I feel for you. I get it. Well, congratulations. Please keep me posted. You have my email. Send me some pictures. Let me know what you guys are doing. If you're ever looking for anything, let me know. My buddy owns an analoger, and also I have a lot of friends that have a lot of gear that a lot of times are selling. It's just a sign of the times, you know? Me too. I'm selling that Cascade. Does anybody want it? Come on now. That is a wicked fucking microphone. Someone's got to get it. Well, that's awesome to hear. He's very supportive. That is right. a ring. You've got my email. I think I gave you my phone number. Give me a call and we will talk about your studio. And if there's anything I can help you with, of course I will. And a lot of people that are in the Northwest as well. So I maybe even will get you some work. Okay, so I need to. I remember there was a ratchet. A ratchet. I need to get on this bad boy that I had last time. Is this the one? Yeah, that's it. Holy cows, I got it. One and done, motherfuckers. Pretty simple design. I like it. I mean, really, the only thing at the bottom is just doesn't hold anything and it's completely empty. They didn't even put foam in there. They're just like, fuck it. I would have put some foam in there because I think the sound coming. I'm actually gonna put foam in there because I believe this becomes a sound chamber, and the sound's gonna go down in here. And this is figure eight. It's not cardioid. And if there's a loud sound source, it will echo through this unit. I even have some rubber. I even have felt. I'm gonna use felt. And I'm gonna put felt on the inside of this to keep it from being noisy. The other one I had, the Cascade, I believe they had foam in the bottom. That is very interesting. This doesn't. They were just like, whatever, dude. All right. Okay, now this is what's interesting. I was shocked when I opened up that Cascade because I felt like the way this one is made, and because, years ago when I first started, some of the earliest mics, because Golden Age and these mics weren't around, or maybe they were, but they weren't making these mics. This is an Apex 210, and what people didn't like was that metal box, and they would remove that. So the one I have that I really love the way it sounds, it doesn't have the silk, and it doesn't have that metal box. I don't know why this metal box is here, in all honesty. Everybody used to remove these out of the 8-packs. I think that metal box is really to hold the silk. So if you had an Apex, you would do two things. You would remove that. And I think the reason, I really think that this is here strictly to hold that silk in place, which is so stupid because all you had to do was get the silk and you could have glued it into there, but that would be technically more silk than fine tuning it so you have a smaller footprint of silk. You make this little cage, which seems redundant because then you still have, I don't even know. It's mind blowing. Interesting. So yeah, Apex, people would get them. They would throw that away. Some of them would remove this too. But the reason this is here is because that would be on the front of RCA 44s. That reduces low end like woofiness. The low end hits these and goes through the little circles, and it dissipates the low end so it isn't as boomy. So you could say it's almost like a little bit of a tuning in front of it. So yeah, when I did the Cascade, I was pleasantly surprised because I was able to work on the Cascade without having all these bolts and stuff. And I remember when I did it, I made the comment like, well, that's cool. I love the way they made that new design. And now I realized, oh shit, this is the original design now they're using, which means when I got that Cascade, this wasn't here. You didn't need to remove these bolts to get access to the ribbon. But now on this one, I've got to remove these bolts because these were just like the Apex, and I did a bunch of them. And you have to remove these bolts to get access into the ribbon. So yeah, it's like, wow. I just don't know if that's good or bad in the sense of the Cascade that I have that I'm selling sounds fucking beautiful, and it doesn't have this in it. And that's why I was a little bit shocked because you couldn't see. I was like, huh, because when I held up the light, you can't see through this to see this. That other one, when I showed you the ribbon, I was like, oh, fucking look, you can see the light through the cage. So I'm just looking at this, just kind of getting a vibe. And the only thing I don't like about this too is that these three wires should be wound up. They shouldn't be just hanging out like that. So I think before I lock up this mic, I'm going to twist those because it'll keep the mic from being as noisy. That's why when you get, oh shit. That's why you get ribbon mics. I don't want to do this to take a chance of breaking them, but I've got to wrap these. Hold on a second. Manny, in addition to ribbon upgrades, can you also do transformer upgrade Lundells and Cascades, fatheads? The only thing I can do that. The only thing I will say is that you have to get the right ones. There's not a lot of room inside the Cascades to do them. Part of the charm of me doing them, the Lundells will make them slightly louder. And my ribbons, when I do the ribbons, I already add 3 to 5 dBs. So you can kind of get away with getting a louder ribbon. I do think they have a sound. That's what I don't have the research on. So if you were going to get transformers and you wanted me to upgrade those to Lundell, you would need to figure out which transformers they would sell that you'd be able to fit in a fathead. I'm sure the website has that information because there's a fathead right here. This fathead, as you can tell, there's not a lot of room. It has to be a small transformer. This transformer, I didn't even look at the transformer in this mic. It's probably on the other side. Yeah, that's like almost like a cinematic transformer. I don't think it is. Maybe it is, but it's right here. That's massive. So obviously they sell transformers all different sizes. That would not fit in a fathead. So you need to just figure out which one would be in there. It looks like you had a model number, so maybe you've already researched it. If you've researched it, yes, I can. I can do that for you. But it just has to be the right one. I'd hate to take it apart and have it not fit when I replace it or upgrade it. So what I'm going to do, maybe not now, but when I get done, these wires right here, I'm going to wind them together. And I'm going to put foam inside here because I think that is a big no-no. That is really like, I'm talking in the mic. You hear the way my voice sounds? That's the sound inside that fucking thing. So yeah, that's fucked up. That would definitely, like a bass guitar or something on that would just make that into like an echo chamber. And there's probably you would hear it. Because ribbon mics pick up the front and the back. So yeah, we gotta do a little something. The other one I believe had foam in there because that's why Because this one has a board on it, they put the transformer there, so there's no need to put foam in there. The other one I did had foam in there because that's where the transformer sat. And that's probably why, yeah, what is that weird thing right there? There's like a little rust nest right there. Interesting. All right, well, what I may end up doing is unscrewing this, twisting it, and then screwing it back in, putting a tie wrap, and then putting a little tie wrap right there just to keep those wound. I think that would make the mic sound better. I'm going to put some felt in here to keep it from being noisy. I'm going to leave this, I'm going to put this back in the mic. I think when Chaz gets back to New York, when they go there, I think he should try it out to see what he thinks about removing these from the microphone, how it sounds. I'm going to put them back and use them. Oh, understood. I'll look at some of the from. Yeah, Lindell's pretty fucking awesome, and they would know. The company would have to know which ones it is because Cascade and Pinnacle, I'm sure they both are using that. So whatever is the replacement for a Pinnacle or a Cascade would be able to tell you what the Lindell is. All right, so once again, we're just checking this out. I think personally, winding this cable, putting foam in there. I'm going to leave it up to Chaz about this. I do like the silk. I'm not sure why they don't just put the silk over that. Unless when sound hits it, this makes a noise. And that's the only thing I can think of is why. But honestly, this is the way the Chinese made the mics about 20 years ago. So they haven't really changed anything in the design. Those motherfuckers. And I don't know if it's good. Everybody that got apexes in those, they got rid of them. Okay. I think we're understanding what's happening here. I personally feel this mic could be better. I'm going to try to make it as best as I can. And then Chaz is going to have to decide when he gets his mic back if he likes the cage or if he wants to open up and remove the silk. I always kept these on because I know these are made for dissipating the low end so it's not boomy. And that's why Kohl's have somewhat of that design. That's exactly why those holes are like that. So I don't really feel comfortable saying this should be removed. But like I said, my Cascade doesn't have this and it sounds fucking unreal. So I don't know. All right, let me have a drink. Hold on one second. A band is texting me that's coming up from San Diego tomorrow, and they were inquiring about what time I will be here, and I just said tomorrow, and they were inquiring about what time I will be here, and I just said, you tell me the time, and I will be here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna fix that wiring, put felt in there so it doesn't make a big sound chamber. I believe we should keep these intact. I'm gonna have to take them off now, but they may have a lot. There's a reason that maybe this large ribbon sounded so boomy that was something they felt they needed. So we definitely want to keep that. What side is the ribbon? Okay, that's the ribbon side. No, this is. Yeah, I remember when I would do these, it was a fucking massive amount of little screws and bolts and washers. And all that needs to be correct. So if I remove this screw, I have access to this coming off. The problem is, though, I think two of the bolts here need to have access to these screws on the back. So I don't think there's any way possible to access the ribbon without taking off the whole apparatus here, which I remember there was it was just interesting. So we got a screw, washer, there. Yeah, it's just a fucking clusterfuck. Jeez. There's no other way to do this. We got to get in. I gotta find out which side is the top. So and it's interesting that there's silk on this as well, which makes me think, why are they double silking it? If there's silk here, I don't think it needs the silk on the inside of the body because it's kind of redundant. So why would you add silk on the back of this, which is going to stop the wind, but then you put silk here? I know that takes high sound pressure, but I do believe it also changes the sound. Actually, they're coming down to see the studio. They're a really cool organic story. I saw a video, super sick band. I told them, I dig your band, and this was like 2 years ago. They just wrote me and they're like, hey, Manny, can we come up to your studio? We're going to make another record. I was like, fuck yeah. Procrastinating the inevitable. I've got to take this motherfucker all apart. But I just want to make sure that as I do it, I'm not doing anything that's unnecessarily taking apart if I don't have to. I'm pretty positive I need to have access to, because when I'm looking inside here, there's those little bolts. I think I need access to those because of the little bolts holding down the transducer, I believe. I can't tell. It's all right. So this will be the front. So I guess I'll start on this side, and we'll see. We'll see what we have once I take it apart. What I need to do first, I have to remove these bolts. I need a bigger one than that. All right, let me see here. Oops, sorry about that. I always say sorry like I'm bumping you literally. You know, sorry. Sorry for bumping you. All right. Whew. Okay. Do need that. We have a fit. And I'm going to be throwing a fit, taking this mic apart. Jeez Louise. Oh, shit. We need that one. right? So hey, thanks, Logan. Logan just said, I love your streams, Manny. Such a great niche thing you're doing, man. Thank you so much. If you look back at my videos that I made in the last week, it's pretty fucking running the gamut of all ribbon mics. But the one message is that there's hope for even the most least expensive ribbons. I know it costs money to have me work on them, but you still is a quarter of the cost of getting a brand new ribbon. And I'll be honest with you, a sick fucking drummer, whether you have a $1,400 mic or you have my 350 total mod on it, will sound fucking unreal. So that's the lesson of all, is that you can get away with kicking ass with a good drummer. Okay, so I'm you need to remove the back. I'm gonna say yes. I remember when I did the apexes, I would have to remove both of these shields or the low end diffusers. So I'm gonna say we're just gonna take it off. I think at that point, And I'm glad you dig it. Like I said, man, I don't think this is the craziest shit ever, and I'm just going live because I really want to reach the person that's either getting started into producing. A lot of producers have these mics laying around that are legit guys, and they think because they're cheaper companies that they're just useless and they just have them. And I'm like, man, if you re-ribbon these and you're serious about recording drums, you're gonna trip. And that's why I do this. It's a little bit complicated in the sense of it's not really a wham bam thank you ma'am. And I remember when I used to do these, it just had to be really critical and just had to be diligent as you remove all the parts. You know, if I was if this was a 210, I could then disregard all this stuff. But I don't know technically because this is all on the mic. It's there for a reason sometimes, and I don't know if in these newer mics because of its active being louder, maybe all these things have a lot to do with the sound. If you remove them, the mic could sound totally fucking bassy and just useless. So I'm gonna go with the only thing I will say will be questionable with that other silk cage. I need to remove this to get access to the back side of the ribbon. You have to unscrew it, and then it has two bolts on the back side that you'll have to deal with. Also, if you're just here hanging out, you can subscribe, but actually, I'm just starting to pimp this a little bit. If you want to become a member, I plan soon to be revealing my mic and a bunch of other stuff that I can show exclusively to members. I think right now I have 5, but that's cool. It's about quality, not quantity. Hey, Sam. Thank you both for tuning in. But yeah, if you become a member, I'll be able to share some videos coming up that I think are gonna blow people's minds. But I wanna show exclusive to the people that have supported me here, and you know, my friend Joey's always here, Sam, Mary, Paul, Chaz, Juan Hernandez, my homie from Inland Empire. Okay. Yeah, because I remember right when I put those bolts on, okay, so now this is looking like the one I just did. And basically when I did those 2 bolts on top, these came loose. So if I'm going to tighten it up, I need to have access to that. And that's why I think it's important that I do both sides. I need to have access to both sides. What I'm doing is I'm reinstalling back the mic onto the mounts again because it's really difficult to work on. And it's just kind of freeballing, floating around. And those are the ground cables. These, I like that. When I did that mic in silver, that's exactly what I did. This mic right here, I made pure silver wiring. I didn't make it from the 1970s. It's old school. But I did the same idea that they did here, having it come up. But I did the same thing in this one. Usually MXLs don't have that. But now that one does. And that is number 6 of 6 pure silver microphones I made. And if someone's interested, hello. Hey man, I lived in Whittier. I lived on Painter, right above the courthouse. There's these cool little bungalows. I used to live up there, right across the street from the liquor store on Painter and around Mar Vista. So if it's not that far for me to go from Lancaster to the desert, up, like, what the fuck, city over there. Oh my God, my brain just freezed on the city. What is the city across from me in Lancaster that's near Big Bear? It's right there at the base where you take the roads to Big Bear. Oh, into one. You go over the 15215, going to Las Vegas. Oh God, my brain is just empty right now. I am totally spacing out on that high desert. You're in the kind of the high desert, but it's literally where you go up there and you could take that route, the back route to Joshua Tree. That fucking city right there. Oh my God. Well, anyways, if you look up Facebook Marketplace and you make a search for R80, which is, where did I put that motherfucker? There's a guy out in the desert near you that has 2 of these. I think he was selling them 100 a piece. Maybe you can hit him up if he'll get you 2 for 150. I hit him up for 100 for both. He said no. So just let you know. And maybe, but it's been like 3, 4, 5, 6 months he's been trying to sell them. So maybe if you hit him up, look up on Facebook Marketplace, R80. Maybe you can pick him up and I can hook him up for you. Okay. Alright, so I just basically had to put those back on because I want to be able to work on the mic. Yeah, man. Maybe you can hit him up, tell him 50. I mean, fucking dude, no one. These are off everyone's radar right now. I mean, you have your gamut of them. Unless he's like, well, there's a guy on YouTube that says these are really good. That would never happen. Right now, there's only 6 people watching me, and he's not one of them, I promise you. Okay. I don't like that the way it sits. Okay. My chair action going on here. I gotta get right up on this. Yeah, I mean, they're sick mics, and you know that's the thing. Even though my upgrade is $250, and let's say you pay 70, let's say you get into that mic like $300. There's no fucking ribbons you can buy that have a sick fucking ribbon in it, unless it was like $500. Oh, thank you, man. I'll let you guys all know about my mic when it gets ready to go. That ribbon, it's pretty good. The one I gotta do is definitely gonna be better than that. But this one is actually pretty good in there. I talk a lot of shit about Chinese ribbons. If this is your microphone and you had it, it's probably gonna sound pretty good. That looks pretty right. So we need to now take off those little thingamajigs. My I remember doing these going like, damn man, all these fucking little bolts. Yeah, I don't think my mic realistically is gonna be for sale. I'd be lucky if it would be a year from today. There's a lot of testing to do. There's a lot of durability. I have to get the mic, make it, get it to a few producer friends, just close to having them drop it and throw it on the floor. I've got to send it to the wolves. And because, you know, what is that, iron sharpens steel or whatever that word is, I have to get it to guys around locally that are really opinionated and are going to tell me, this fucking mic sucks. You got to do this or do that, or it's fucking awesome. I'm going to bank that it's going to be pretty close out of the gate because before I give it to anyone, I use it. And if it sounds fucking cool to me, then I'll give it to them. If they want to talk shit about it, I'll see if it's something I can do to make it sound better. Because here's the thing. I love Buyer 160s. A lot of people hate Buyer 160s. I love BK5s. A lot of people hate BK5s. You know, 44s to me are just a little boring. I know. What? $5,000. It's the truth. You know, they're slightly overrated, man. But if you own a 44, God fucking bless you, man. You got it. Keep it. Don't sell it because that shit fucking is never gonna get any cheaper. Yeah, iron sharpens iron, man. So locally in my world, all I've got is fucking great whites all around me that will fucking eat me up if I give them a shitty mic. So that's a good thing about living in LA. I'm not isolated. I'm literally in the mecca of some of the best studios and the best producers. So I have access. Like I say, I could just drive over to Daniel Lavoie's house. You know, his assistant Wayne, I just text Wayne, if he's in town, I got a mic, I'm coming by, and he'll make it happen. So yeah, that can only happen because I live in LA. Even though I think Daniel Lavoie spends some of his time in Canada. I don't know what his seasons are. If he spends summers in Canada and winters here or vice versa. I don't know. He told me one time, I didn't pay attention. Son of a bitches. Oh my god. It's good. At least when I put it on, it's gonna be fucking tight, but a little bit of a bitch. It's good. There it goes. Oh, thanks, Juan. You know, nothing's perfect. And everything fails. And there's nothing you can have a success unless you have a failure. I've done mics for people, fucking sound wicked, gets shipped in the mail, arrives, and someone dropped in or broke and fucked up, and I just have to do it again. That's life. I want people to be happy with these microphones, especially when you're paying money for them. It's important. Sorry, these are tough. They weren't really made to be. I mean, I like the design, and I'm ripping the ribbon up because it doesn't matter. But when I put the ribbon in this, it's gonna have to be fucking okay. Crazy with these because underneath this is a plastic little washer. So I've got to kind of have to get this out friendly without, you know, tweaking or bending the little plastic washer in there. Let me just get this ribbon out of here. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Let's see what this ribbon is about. It's a little thick. Maybe it's 2.5. Yeah, it was alright. Send it to the trash. We don't need you, brah. Fuck, I'm already 74 minutes into this. Jesus. Remember, if you want to add me and become a member, that would be great. You can actually buy me a cup of coffee. There's a little thanks icon underneath the descriptions or around that area that you can buy me a cup of coffee. You can give me a Topo Chico. You can get me a Pellegrino. Even better, you can become a member. And I have a few videos coming up that I will share. I promise you, they will be exciting. All right, this is just, I don't know why you're giving me a hard time. Oh, hoochie poochie, thank you. Okay. Now, if I remember right, I'm just gonna make sure, because I remember last time these had come loose. That's all right. All right. All right. So at least our starting point is good. And that was the biggest issue when I did the other ones. If you have the screws after you put the ribbon in, you tighten these down, because you're tightening them down, it's loosening the one behind it. So if you don't pay attention, you're going to have your ribbon just going to come out because there's going to be no tension on these two bolts. That design, I don't know why they just don't permanently glue those in or something so they don't move, and you slip it on and screw it in and it's fine. Once again, I didn't design it. When I got shiny boxes and other mics, these magnets used to erode. It was the nastiest thing ever. I haven't seen it in a long time, so that's good. But shiny boxes notoriously have shitty fucking magnets in them. So if you get a shiny box, you have to ask the guy to take a picture of this, because if you don't, it's going to arrive and it's like paint that starts to peel. And when it peels, it folds in on the ribbon. So if you look in the light, you may not be able to see the ribbon, but it's because the paint or the coating of the magnets is bloomed open and the mic's useless. But yeah, those had happened with shiny boxes, and the owner of shiny boxes saw that I had been doing a lot of his mics and kind of, complaining, and he sent me out, I think, 8 sets or 4 sets of the magnets that would not erode. So if this is eroded, I would have to go hunting, and I could possibly find out the original magnets that I have, replace them, and we'd be in the money. But I would just say, if someone was to write me and say they're going to get me a shiny box, I would just say no, because there's a good chance that mic is just ruined to begin with. So it is interesting they're using the shiny box design, but I don't see anything wrong with these magnets. I'm just going to clean them a little bit. I don't know about that band, but I'll look them up. No, I'll check them out. Something in there. I don't know what that is. Stuck to the magnet. Holy moly. Hey, I don't want to do part 2. We got to get this done. We got to get this done, mine. We're all in it. Oh, sick. I'll check them out, man. All right, the gap. Thank you, Mary and Sam. Mine. All right. 522. Hey, Paul. Paul's in England? Yes, it is. So 522 is cat. That's pretty good. It's a long ribbon too. How long? I think the other one was 3 inches. So that magnet is 2-inch magnet. And the gap is about 522. And the ribbon is about 3, so it's 3 inches of ribbon. 2-inch magnet. It's great. I think that's a good, healthy length for this type of a microphone. I love these mics. Yeah, it's becoming a thing. I wish we were all hanging out. We can go get some fish tacos down the street, or go to Taco Zone and get a Manny burrito. Okay, so I'm gonna get my brain together here. Whew. We're gonna really do this. Yeah, congratulations again, Paul. Sam and Mary got their commercial space. They signed a lease on it. They are in the recording business officially, commercially. I know the feeling. I just signed my lease in January. It's a pretty big deal. Except when you get your electricity bill, commercial power sucks. It depends where you are. Oh, nizzle my nizzle. Right, last time we are out of ribbon paper, and I had debated about using this. I think I got some life still in this one. I do. All right, I think we've got a ribbon in here. Let's see here. Second. Let me move this out of the way. We're gonna have to cut a ribbon now. Whew. Sorry about that. Holy moly. That's so funny. Today I made a smash burger for me and my wife. Speaking of hamburger, got the iron skillet. Went and bought 80/20 premium beef. buns, real cheese. Smashed them, made them for my wife. She loved it. It was so fucking good. And the secret of melting cheese on a burger, cook them on an iron skillet. And when you know both sides are cooked, get a teaspoon of water. Make sure you don't burn yourself. Drop it on the pan and put a glass lid on it. And you'll see the whole thing steam up. Because oil and water do not mix, so don't fucking burn yourself. But the steam melts all the cheese on top of the burger, and then you remove it when all the water's evaporated, and then just take it off and put it on your bun. And I toast the buns in butter and Parmesan cheese. So the buns are like basically, Parmesan toasted brioche buns with the smash burger on top of it. And instead of using ketchup, I put mayo and mustard. If you mix up mayo and mustard, it's fucking heavenly. And I know people want to put ketchup in it, it's more like In-N-Out. But just mayo and mustard is a secret of a place in Hawaii I used to eat at called Teddy's Bigger Burger. And I figured out that was their secret sauce, was mayo and mustard. So yeah, try that sometimes. It was fucking delicious. Hey man, I'll send you a picture of some gobos that I did. Gobos are really interesting and really hard to make. And there's some shortcomings that if you make it wrong, they're kind of useless. So we'll talk about that on some gobos. Maybe I'll do a live video of some of the gobos I have, or I'll send you guys a video then. All right, let's do this. We're at 89 fucking minutes. Oh my God. What have I been talking about? What's going on? Why does time fucking fly when I'm working on these mics with you all? That's enough though. Yeah, so the secret to really good tasting food is you just have to use iron skillets that are non-stick. Searing burgers and steaks on non-stick um, pans tastes different, man. When you have an iron skillet, when the meat hits the iron skillet, it sticks to it. And then as it sears and makes a crust, it then can be released. But the way you get your iron skillet is you heat it up, it's hot, safely throw a little water on it. If you see the water hit it and dance around, like because there's a gas that'll build up on the heat, and when the water hits that gas, it dances around in little balls all over the skillet. That means it's hot enough, and that becomes non-stick. You can cook an egg on it. And then when you lay your burger on it, lay it slowly, and then as it sears and makes a crust, you flip it over, and it's like a fucking burger at your favorite diner. That is the secret to burgers. And cooking salmon, I cook Wagyu steaks that way. But Wagyu steaks, I cook it and have a timer, depending how thick it is, maybe 12 minutes. I cook it a minute each side, 1 minute 1 minute on the side, on the side, on the top, on the top, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. When it gets down to about 3 minutes, I'll melt some butter and I'll just, you know, cook it with some butter dripping all over it. And then right before you're done, slice it in half, stand it up, and then sear the side that you just cut. And then when you lay it down, you have to let it rest for 10 minutes. If you cut it too early, that blood stuff comes out, which isn't blood. It's not a big deal. But you want the juices to stay inside the meat. That's why you have to let it sit. All proteins, fishes, steaks, let it sit for about 10 minutes. And make some rice. Steak and rice is just fucking primo. And I only use kosher salt and garlic and pepper. And if you do a Wagyu steak, you don't need any oil. The meat has this fat that is wound through it, and as you cook it, you're cooking it in its own fat, which is insane. I'm fat right now, just to let you know. Whew. Does this feel good? All right, I like it. I like it. Whew. All right, let's do it again. Eating too much taco food. I know, man. Jeez. That life hack on iron skillets has changed my life. My buddy that's a chef gave me the iron skillet, and he's like, dude, you gotta learn how to use this. So I went online, and I don't know where I saw the video of being able to get the heat right on the iron skillet. And you have to get a good one. We have a good iron skillet. And not only that, the heat stays in the skillet. So your food cooks consistently and thoroughly. And I never, ever thought about that. And now I'm just like, holy shit. My wife and I eat steaks and fish fillets and even these smash burgers. And she's like, why are we even eating out? I said, I know. Who would have known that all these years an iron skillet would be like the shit? So I'm cutting the foil, which will be going into the ribbon, which is the ribbon. A ribbon is a thin piece of foil in different thicknesses. Coals are 0.6, which is, there's a lady here as thin as a, you know what? Oh shit, hold on. 1 second. Don't fuck my shit up. And then most ribbons of the world are 1.8. I use 2.5 because I'm making mine durable, but also because I corrugate them a certain way. They have a little bit more top end and mid-range, and they're durable. And I feel like if I'm going to offer mics to people, I want them to last. And I love the sound of them. People make a big deal about that. Oh shit, that almost came out. People make a big deal about that they're not going to sound as good. I don't know. I think it's bullshit. I've heard mics that have 1.8 and, 1.8. I put 2.5 in and they sound better. So I don't know. The only microphones I say that should remain true to their thickness, coals should be 0.6. And whatever R88s are, should remain what they were, because those mics are perfect. You don't need to do shit to those mics. They're done. I have to get the... Oh, Hoochie poochie. I'll just like they moved that thing, the back of your forearm. I just had this like felt like someone was sticking a nail in the back of my arm. I was like, what is that? Really? Is that what happens when you get old? Shit starts going, fuck you. You're not gonna fucking move on me. Oh fuck, hold on, that shit fucking is come on, paper. Part of the time once you've cut the ribbon, you have to get the paper separated from the ribbon, which is always fucking fun. Because that's where it can get ruined again. And over and over again. And jeez Louise. I know I talk shit all the time. I'm like, fuck this shit, but when you get it right, it's so rewarding to know that you just created something. I think that's the most reward I get out of making these mics, is I know for a fact they sound better when they arrive, and they sound better. And even though I take out the ribbon, it's just crazy that that's the actual sound. That has a lot to do with it. It's just something of the last 5 years of my life that I've really grown to appreciate. When Steve Albini showed me how to record, he had Bio 160s on my rig. Not knowing about the technology, I never bought a 160 because everybody told me they fucking blow so easy. Now I got 160s. I'll put that right on my rig. My friend uses 160s on toms. But if you have a ribbon, and like I know I could corrugate these and fix them, it does help you be a little bit more fearless. Like Wes Dooley from AEA, the last time I saw him at a shop before he had sold the company, it was about a year before he sold the company. He goes, I got one for you. What about a 44 and a kick drum? I said, Jesus Christ, dude, what? He goes, yeah. What you do is you put a pillow inside the kick drum and you lay it down on its back. Now, is someone going to put a $5,500 vintage 44 in a kick drum? It ain't going to be a John Bonham hitting, that's for sure. But if you're doing like if the drummer plays with slippers and he's wearing a shower robe, maybe he could be the guy that plays that kick drum and not blow it. But I have a friend of mine that's crazy. He has two 44s. I'm going to take my ribbon kit over to his studio and we're going to put it in the kick drum and we're going to try it. So that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, brother. I know it's late, man. You're East Coast. I'm late. I'm already 1 hour into this, and I'm not East Coast time. I'm already fucking tired. Not really, but I'm just saying. It's late. Okay. Let me get my light game going on. All right, we like it. We like it, man. Super sweet premium ribbon. I love it. When these are fresh, man, they're like, oh yeah, I like you. I like you a lot, brah. Just don't fuck up in front of everyone when I'm trying to corrugate you. You know what I'm saying? You're already doing it. Hold on. Jeez. Okay, I like it. Thank you, Lord of Ribbons. Now, will you just stay with me until the end so I can make sure this ribbon mic is done? Jeez. Okay, now here comes the fun part. We have to stretch it. You have to stretch your ribbons always. Once again, this is why I think my ribbons come out really good, because I've already stretched them and tensioned them the way Royer does them, the way everyone does them. You cannot put a ribbon mic untensioned back in your mic, because the first time you use it, it's going to fail, because the ribbon mic is bound like this, and when I've just corrugated it, it's stuck like this. So when you blow on it, it expands and then comes back. If I corrugate it and install it in the ribbon without doing anything, which I think that's why the Chinese mics come out fucked up, because they're just mass produced. The first time the wind hits it and it opens up, there's no Manny to retension it. They're just sitting and they're loose, and there's no one's gonna open it up and retension it. So they're fails, out of the gate. So if you watch the videos on Royer, they're blowing on them, they're stretching them. It is a big deal. I when I started, I would do this not knowing really the reason why, but then as I started repairing all these Chinese mics, my theory is that of why MXLs come always fucked up. It's because I don't think they tension them, and they just install them after they're made. Okay, let's tension this now. Let's do it. Don't rip it in half. Don't do it. Oh, shit. Slightly stretch it. I feel it stretching. I like it. There you go. And you can tell it's a little bit more slinky, a little bit easier to work with. I've released the tension. It's like the same thing when they make capsules. After you put the holes in them for brass capsules, they have to bake them again. So the tension of the metal being cut relaxes it so it doesn't fracture when you're working with it again. The same with this. I corrugate it. It's all bound up, all tensed up, and you just have to, get it ready. Get it ready for some fucking mayhem. You know what I'm saying, man? You catch my drift? I tell my wife that. I go, you capiche? You understand? You understand, man? My wife's just like, shut up. What are you talking about? It's like that video of that guy that does the raps of Eminem, and his whole family's like, Jesus Christ, dude, stop it now. And he's out fishing, and he's like, and they're just like, and he sounds like Eminem. But like everything is like everything he's singing about is I'm grabbing the ice chest, I'm grabbing my fishing reel, I'm about to go out to the stream. But when I went out to the stream and everything's a rap and everything sounds like Eminem, and his family and his wife are just like, dude, shut the fuck up. All right. Here we go. Oh, I'm looking at this like, okay, that is not what I'm supposed to be looking at. Hold it now. And I'll give you another tip. If you want to join the Manny Club, and if you're a member, That's the new gag. All right. If you become a member, you guys have to get. And my friend commented on what a handsome watch. This is my Casio watch. It looks like a Submariner by Rolex. This thing is so fucking good. Doesn't scratch. It's lasted me a long time. It's a Casio, a handsome watch. I've changed the band a zillion times, and once a year the battery dies, but they're like $60. Oh, let's see. Sweetwater lists the R1 for 160. Oh, 160 dB decibels. Seems a lot for. Well, that's why I was wondering about this. I don't really like this. They have screen one. Okay, when I used to do these mics when they were called Apex, which are like 25 years old, 20 years old, before all these companies copied the Chinese mics, people used to get these and they would remove these, and sometimes they would remove these. But I think these are important because those holes are gonna help the low end like a Coles microphone, and the silk already is gonna help the mic. Coles only have one layer of silk in front of the ribbon, so there's a layer of silk. That's the back layer of silk. Having this cage and this other silk seems redundant to me, but I don't want to send it back to Chaz different. I'm going to leave it up to him to open it up. If he doesn't like it, to remove this. I think it's going to open up the sound. Because, and also, weirdly enough, sometimes I would get these and the silk was on the inside. So when I got this mic and I was comparing it to my Cascade, I was a little bit shocked. Like, I could see the Cascade and there was no silk. So I said, oh, what cool design. And then when I opened up the microphone, they did not have these on it. And I was like, oh, that's even better, easier to work on. But when I got this mic, that's what they have. So these are all the things that they have done to ensure that the ribbons don't blow when you use them. What is that? Can't join. I don't have a button. Okay. You talk about membership? I think it's just under membership. There should be one for that, because if you can buy me a coffee, which I know you have, somewhere in that little area, there's a membership you can go. But if you are a member, let me know if you can get the Casio Club, and we'll all get our Casio watches, which would be fucking badass. I love them. All the guys at my ribbon mic company, they have these. Okay, what are we doing? We're putting a ribbon in the mic. That's what we're doing. Oy. Okay. Yes, we can synchronize. We'll have Power Ranger. I'm Brown Ranger. Okay, we get that. I'll take it. These are so fucking cool, man. I got this. I don't remember how I even got in this. There are some other versions. They all look kind of the same. The Casio is the most handsome one, and it just fucking works. The time is always accurate, and they come with different wristbands. I just got this one because my other one broke. The guy talked me into getting this like spandex plastic. I fucking hate it. The one that comes with it is plastic is fine, but anyways, hold on one second. I gotta grab a tool from the next room. Don't leave me. Hold on a second. Talk amongst yourself. Give me 1 second. coming back. Back in the groove again. Hold on, thank you for that. Sorry about that little bit of an interruption. I got my ditties. Okay, let's do this. All right, we're gonna install this ribbon. We're 112 minutes into this. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Were you able to join, Paul? That sucks, man. If you can't join, I thought Joey joined, and he lives in Netherlands, I think. Joey's a member. I believe so, and he's in the Netherlands. There's got to be a reason. So let me get this in. Let me just scoot up. The phone is going to get bumped. I'm sorry. I've got to get my light action on, my light game. This is the most important part of doing the mic, is installing the ribbon. And I've got to be looking at this kind of, I got to get my mojo on. Oh shit, I'm out of fucking sparkling water. Hold on a second. Well, you guys help me out by always getting my waters if you guys can. And the thank yous under the description, you can get me a water. I can fucking open it. Hold on. Jesus. Can you believe I can't fucking open up this Pellegrino? Jesus, what's going on here? What is going on? Hold on. When you can't open up your Pellegrino bottle, there's only one thing you need to do. I want to thank my sponsor that helps me open up my Pellegrino bottles, because sometimes I only get the glass ones and they're fucking secure as fuck. Is my Husky, oh, I'm sorry, Milwaukee Tech gloves. Hold on a second. There it goes. Holy shit. All right, all that for fucking a bottle of water. I'm parched. My studio's cooking. All the air's off. Can't put ribbons in when the air conditioner's going. Even if the air's in the other direction, somehow a gust of wind will grab the ribbon and just send it on the floor. Okay. How do I feel about this? I like it. That look good. Does this look good? That looks good. All right, let's see. Maybe like this. Okay, just trying to imagine a success story. It's important to envision success so you can have success. It's important, if you have a dream, to picture yourself doing that dream and it can come true. When I was a younger lad, I had seen a band I loved called Ludafisk. I decided to make my own demo, and I made my first demo, got played on KXLU, a local station. Someone from Alias Records, which had Archers of the Loaf and Yola Tango, heard my song on the radio. They wanted to know more about my band, and I got excited about that. And then I went and did a 3-song demo. My favorite band in the world, hands fucking down. Like, from the time I was a kid, like buying Ozzy records and Black Sabbath and Kiss records, I did not buy any records when I got into my early 20s. None, from the time I was a kid. And I called up my friend who was in this band called Plexi. Plexi's another sick band from LA. And on his answer machine, this guy goes, well, excuse me, but and it was like distorted and fucked up. I was like, dude, is that new Plexi song, man? He goes, no, it's a band called Girls Against Boys. I really love them. So I went out and bought every fucking record from Girls Against Boys. They're a New York hardcore band. They're from the DC scene of Fugazi. They were signed at Touch and Go, my favorite label, the same label that Steve Albini has shellac on. And I just flip out. I don't know these guys. They're in New York. They're the coolest fucking dudes. They just signed $1 million record deal with Interscope. And they were just fucking sick. Nick Lene was doing the record. So a buddy of mine that works at an Orange County fanzine, because he heard me always talking about them, goes, "Hey, dude, do you know who Johnny Temple is?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's in Girls Against Boys." Well, he just sent me an email that he's looking for distribution for his label. I went, "He has a fucking label?" "Yeah, you want his number?" I go, "Yeah, give me his number." So he gave me his number. Now I'm debating calling the guy from my favorite band. I've just recorded a demo that cost me $3,000. I'm not producing, even though 2 songs were done off a 4-track. My friend Bruce Brier, who's also a Racer X guitar player, produced that record. So I call him up. He's like, "Hello." I'm like, "Hey, is this Johnny Temple?" He's like, "Yes, who's calling?" I go, "My name is Manny from Los Angeles. I'm sorry to even bother you. I heard that you have a label, and my friend had passed on your number. Can I send you a demo that we did?" And there was this long pause. I'm like, "Oh fuck." And he's like, "Yeah." He gives me his address, and he goes, "But I'm leaving town to start on a record." And they did the record where Nirvana did In Utero. I think it's in Minneapolis. He goes, "I'm leaving in like 2 weeks to go do that." Or no, I'm leaving in a month to do that. So if you send it to me and you don't hear from me, I'm in the middle of pre-production. I said, "Okay, that's cool." So I sent him the song, the demo. And then I think it was about 3 weeks later. I can't take it anymore. I have to call him. I call him up. "Hey, brother, it's Manny from LA." And he goes, hey, I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but just, I'll let you know. It was kind of like blew me. I said, "Oh, fuck, he hates it. He's not going to like it." So then 3 months after that, I get a call on my phone that comes up from Minneapolis. And it's him. He's like, "Hey, man, I just played your demo for everyone in my band. I want to sign you to our label." I was like, "Oh my fucking God, I'm getting signed to my favorite band's record label with Johnny Temple and Mark Sullivan." Mark Sullivan is the brother to Bobby Sullivan, who's in a band called Soulside from Fugazi era. And I can't believe it. And then to the day that Johnny writes me a check for another $3,000. He hadn't even met me. He doesn't even know me. He sends me a check for $3,000. And I go record my next album. I turn it into him. He masters it. I'm on the label. And then he says Girls Against Boys is doing a West Coast tour. And they were the biggest, most hype band at that time. And we want you to open up with a band called Buffalo Daughter, who was on the Beastie Boys label. And I cannot fucking believe that I played sold out shows in Los Angeles, sold out shows in San Diego, sold out show in Seattle, sold out shows in Portland with my favorite band in the fucking world because I put it out there that I could be on their label and I just put it out in the universe. So there it goes. So that shit fucking happens when you think about it. And out of that turned to us opening up for Fugazi. And on our first tour of that record, that's where I met Steve Albini in Chicago. And so all the fate and everything came down to me just calling my friend's phone. He had a song on it. I went and bought all the records. My buddy told me one of the guys from my favorite band called his label or his magazine. I get his number, send him the music. I get signed to his label. And a year later, I'm opening for them, sold out shows across California. So shit happens when you think about it and you put good energy out there. Oh my fucking God, I'm at 2 hours. Oh my God, I haven't put this. Will someone just say, "Manny, get to that fucking ribbon"? You know what I'm saying, motherfucker? Get to the fucking ribbon. We don't want to hear about girls against boys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even know who that band is, motherfucker. I know. Sorry. Yep, it's a whirlwind. Okay. I have a weird way of installing ribbons. I think this way is going to be the way I want to do it. If I can get this going. I already fucked up the end. I don't like that. Damn it. It's got a little bit more teeth than the one that was in here. I think that has a lot to do with when this shit sounded fucking good. Oh, come on, don't stick to that shit. If I can get the fucking ribbon to fucking do what I want to do. I'm kind of locking it over the edge. So at least that way, when it dries, it's kind of stuck in there. I have a little bit of wiggle room to tighten it up. I hate when my Q-tip fucking goes out. After a few times of moving it around, man, the Q-tip becomes useless and then it grabs the ribbon. Come on, motherfucker. Oh, no. Yes. Just go over that fucking threshold. Many troubles. I got fucking Paul watching me. And Chaz is gonna watch this shit on repeat tomorrow when he wakes up. What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? It was perfect and then you fucking tweaked it. No one ever says that to me. But that's what goes on in my brain. Okay, it only matters about me locking in this one. I can adjust the tension from this one, but I need to get this one correct. So I'm going to hold it up. When you see me take it out of view, I'm just putting it up to the light to make sure that that ribbon is between those two pole pieces even. All right. I think one can go left and one can go right. So let me just get this fucking going a little bit over. Again. Perfect. All right, so I'm only going to worry about the top one being in the middle because I can adjust the other one once the other one is locked in. Holy moly. Holy macaroni. So that is a ribbon almost installed. It's beautiful. I mean, that ribbon is almost as pretty as my eyes. Almost as pretty as my eyes. I'm just saying. But remember, always tell me I'm pretty before you tell me I'm fat. So be kind And then you could say, Manny, get that fucking shit going. No more stories about girls against boys. We love you, but we don't want to hear about that. We want some ribbon action, man. It's like watching fucking a slow motion turtle racing against a snail. Who's gonna win? Holy moly. Scary because I always remember these little fucking screws want to fly out into the ribbon, and they are a little bit of a bitch to get in there. Cows, man, that is tough. Wowza. All right. I mean, every time I do this, people just might be going like, that dude's gonna fuck it up. He's gonna fuck it up. Fuck it up. Ah, shit. Come on. If this nut gets loose, it's gonna fly into the transducer. It's gonna ruin the ribbon. Oh my god. Scary. And there's no screen on these, so it isn't like I can put a screen down and like if that bolt flies loose, we gotta do the ribbon again. If it dents or damages my corrugation, you can't save it. It can't save you. Life preserver. Swim to the waters as fast as you are able. Shark patrol these waters. Shark patrol these waters. It won't save you. It won't save you. Swim to the shore as fast as you are able. And I don't know why this is. There it goes. Hoochie poochie. Shark patrol these waters. Shark patrol these waters. Don't let your fingers dangle in the water. It won't save you. A day glow orange life preserver. Swim to the shores as fast as you are able. Swim to the shores as fast as you are able. Shark patrol these waters. Sharks patrol these waters. It won't save you. Your day glow lifesaver. Swim to the shores as fast as you are able. Shit. All right. That looks really good. That's half. And I've got to do the other half. Fucking shit. I'm not out of the water yet. But this is a beautiful ribbon. I love it. It's going to be killer. But I need to do now is I need to make sure that the tension, because this is a really long ribbon, I don't want it super laxed in there, but I don't want it super tight. So I'm going to do a little quick test. I don't want this to pick up. Oh, fucking shit. My schnizzle, my nizzle. Okay, we need to do something here. How am I going to do that? Under. Oh, fuck, I don't want to fucking ruin this right now. Alright, we like that. Thank you. A little bit more. Is that ribbon's hanging underneath it? If I lay it down on the table, there's a good chance that ribbon's gonna stick to the fucking table. I think this ribbon is leaning to one side. Hold on. Is this fucking getting in my fucking way? Son of a bitch. I knew it was gonna be a problem. It's fucking my shit up. Come on. Let me just get this other side right. God, that was annoying. It was tilting. It came up from underneath, stuck to the back of the ribbon, and was pulling one side down. I was like, how is that ribbon tilted? And then I could see it underneath it come up and then kind of sucked it down to lean to one side. It's too loose. Quick. It's kind of still to one side too much. Nope, went to the other side too much. God. Let's try that. Nope, I went to the other side. Oh my God. I gotta get this right. Come on. Okay, that was better. I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't drag it to the other side. Not perfect. Okay, now we're good. We're golden. Golden age. Oh Oh my God, that was stressful. Okay, where's my little, there you are. Part. Put this down. And we're gonna do this like this. Let's see if I have a better feel for putting the screw on over there than here. I think because I'm right-handed, that feels better to do it that way. Oh, those are tough. I got big fucking hands. I don't know how this works out that I can do this shit. Alright, so remember what happened last time when I work on these mics. I have to check the back screws the same time I'm tightening the front because these screws can come undone. Now that I've gotten that tied in, I think I can get rid of this motherfucker. Please don't fucking get ruined right now. Alright, thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the ratchet and the screwdriver. Because there's a bolt, and as you tighten the bolt, it loosens up the other side. You have to make sure that the bolt tight, or this ribbon is going to come loose sometime in its life. So this design, I'm not sure about it. Once again, I don't think that they've changed it since the Chinese designed this a long time ago, so we're just gonna go with it. All right, that's tight. Drive something to the ribbon, so the screwdriver is screaming to get into the magnet. I don't want it to fucking go in the magnet. Okay, that's tight. Now let's move to the other side, the back side. We'll do the bottom. The side of the bottom. Oi. Now I'm gonna go to the top. Bolt. Go to the back again. Top screw. Don't fucking poke the ribbon. All right. Oh shit, it's stuck. Oh, fuck, thank you. Holy cows. Well, that is, this almost as pretty as my eyes. Almost as pretty as my eyes, I will say. Okay. So I'm going to, this last stage that I have to do is going to be really fucking critical. I'm going to do this on my own because you saw me take it apart. There's no mystery of what's going to be coming back on. And I do think that my best call, since I'm almost 2.5 hours into this, I think for me being late at night, I don't want to fuck it up. There's so many ways with that exposed ribbon that I could ruin it. So to recap it, I'm going to screw this plate on the top, and it has a little bit of silk on one side. And I'm going to, with the silk side up, put this one on the bottom. I have all the screws and bolts. I've got to assemble them back again. Once I've got that on, this little, once again, this is their whole thing of high sound pressure. I'm pretty sure it's the extra silk on this, but I think this fucks up the sound. My ribbon is more durable, and I'm just thinking this is enough, really. That's enough to stop some wind, but I don't know. My thoughts are don't put this back in, but I'm pretty sure Chaz had used these mics and he's really familiar with them. So I'm just going to go with giving him back that, and then I'll just make him a little disclaimer that he maybe should remove this. And the reason I say that is because the sound of this mic is incredible. It's the same mic, but you can see this mic doesn't have this on. That would be going over that, and you would not be able to see that. But the difference is, I don't think this Cascade is claiming for the sound pressure. So even though these are the same mics, when I first did this one, I was pleasantly happy. I did not have to do all this grill stuff because I remember that's what Apex's had. So I was like, cool, they changed it. And the sound of this mic is just fucking opened up and beautiful. If you were going to use this on a guitar, you'd put a pop filter on it. That'll be fine. But technically, everything that's in this mic, including this, was removed. And my phone's about to die. Hold on. Let's plug it in. Differences, my feelings are, this Golden Age could be a really cool mic on a guitar. Not really up close, but using it like a figure eight, like this one. Let me listen to this a little bit. There it goes. Yeah, so same mic. I did this one first. I was pleasantly surprised and happy that when I got this mic, I was positive I would find this inside, and I was positive I'd find this inside. It was not. This mic sounds fucking beautiful and open. It didn't need all that stuff in it, but also I know that the guy that sold me this, or not, I mean the guy I'm repairing this for, this one I'm selling, this is my own, but this one is not. And like I said, I think he's very familiar with this. I'm gonna put it all back, and then I'm sure he sounds like that guy's doing shit over at his studio. He could totally do this. I would ask him to, if he's not happy with that sound, would be to just remove this. I would keep this. This may have something to do with low end of why it's still there. I don't think it needed it on this one. But once again, I don't know. And like I said, this one I'm going to fill with foam. This one is not active. So everything you see in here, all this electronics, there's nothing here except a transformer that's sitting on some foam. And that's why I'm just like, okay, I think we need to put some kind of foam in this one. I'm going to put felt, actually, and kind of deaden inside this, because this will make a sound if there's a high sound pressure source. So it's kind of funny. Why would you make this a high sound pressure mic when all the sound's going to come in, travel around in there, and make this kind of sound? I mean, hear my voice. I'm not even lying. I'm talking inside this. I'm talking inside the mic. All right, that's fucking what you hear my voice is what the mic's gonna do with high sound pressure, because it's saying, oh yeah, use this on some high sound pressure. That's gonna be fucked up. But But once again, I know this shit because when I designed my first microphone 4 years ago, I got eaten alive with high sound pressure. So that's when I went on the search of figuring out how can you minimize that. So when I see mics and they make ribbon mic companies and they don't, and like this is fine. See how long that is? That's the only thing blocking the side of the mic. So the ribbon is really opened up inside. It's massive. That's better for a ribbon. When I see companies and they have a big thick metal on the side, all they're doing is adding weird sounds. So yeah, these are super desirable. Two different examples of one claims to be able to take high sound pressure, but they didn't really take care of the body to absorb that high sound pressure. So yeah, it's just really interesting. So if you see me do most of my mics, the stuff that I do is when I see some common sense things that are just should be corrected. I do think there should be some filter foam in there to keep that sound thing from happening. I don't believe I should, instinctively I would say fuck it, let's remove this, but like I said, I'm really gonna go with what Chaz feels, and he's already used these mics, so he's familiar with them. And I'll give him the option. Hey, when you get this back home, you can remove the basket. If it's high sound pressures, I'd probably keep these on it, but try one time without it. To me, this mic that I'm selling that already had that stuff removed sounds a lot closer to an R84, and all these things that have been removed kind of bring out the classiness of the ribbon. So those are my feelings on that. I'm doing this repair, and I will give this back to him, and hopefully he'll be super happy with the sounds, and then he could, when he gets back home, maybe remove this. And that's my only debate on this microphone. And also with this not being inside here, when I open up the microphone, it already looked like this. So I didn't have to unscrew it. It's already there. But once again, these are made, and like all 44s have this in front of it. It helps with the low end and it keeps the mic from being boomy. So whatever the scenario is in this, maybe the boominess is coming from that. I don't know. Something's vibrating. Something's adding a lot of low end or a to the mic. This is going to break it up, but I have a feeling some of it is just that sound chamber. It's not a sound chamber, but it's turned into one. It needs to be filled up so it's dead. And then this mic's then going to sound a little bit better. You're going to hear more of the ribbon. You're not going to hear what's coming out of this little chamber right there. I think that's about it. I think that's all I go. Make sure you, if you can, subscribe, like. I have a group of friends that are on the, what is that called again? Oh my God, my brain is so dead right now. Anyways, they join the club. You can become a member. That's what it is, becoming a member. You can become a member. I think there's only 5 people in my clan, and in the next few weeks I am going to be premiering some things that I'm only going to show to them before I release them. And when I get my microphone and do some testing that I can show, I'm just going to show it to members. I'm not going to end up showing it out here in the real world. So if you are a member, I may not show the mic, but I may do a tutorial on what it sounds like, and we can all talk about that. Whoever is our member. I only have 5 people right now, so it's about quality, not quantity. But I do, if you are an enthusiast and you like ribbon work, and even the reason I'm doing this as well is that years ago, when I went looking on the internet, everybody was a fucking gatekeeper. No one wanted to tell you how they re-ribbon stuff. And I end up having to do it myself. So when you look at my tutorials or my videos, I'm doing mics that in the history of YouTube, no one fucking does them. No one's ever done Coles live on the spot replacing ribbons. I have. No one's done taking apart a Buyer 160 and switching out the ribbons. I have. 500s, 260s, RCAs, super rare Telefunkens. Any mic that I can find, I have enough balls to accept I may fail live on YouTube. It's okay, because I'll learn something about it. And if someone is really interested in ribbons, maybe they'll be inspired. I was inspired by Ulf. If you go to the website Hoborec, Hoborec, Ulf is from Sweden. He's a badass. I saw him 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Saw his YouTube on how to make a ribbon mic. Was blown away. Got inspired. Went and bought all the things that Ulf had said you need to buy to make a ribbon mic. And then I stopped because I decided I was going to work on a 160. And then once I made the 160 ribbon and started replacing when my friends locally had 160s that were blown, I then made my first prototype. But it all comes back to Ulf. And now I can say Ulf's my buddy. I mean, when he comes in LA, we always go eat at Nick's. He's hooked me up with his, it's called a robot mic arm or DIY robot mic. And you can put a 57 on it, and it's a remote, and it moves around on the cabinet. It's super sick. Him and his father did a whole DIY project. If you can support that guy, go on his page. If you're looking for an upgrade of microphones, write me. And the easiest one is to literally go to Sweetwater and go get an MXL R144 for 99 bucks. Get my information in my P.O. box. Buy it, ship it to me for free. I can do what you saw me do to this, and then I'll send it back to you. It's 250 bucks each mic. I'll cover you insurance, free shipping back. I mean, honestly, it's almost like sometimes 40 bucks or 50 bucks to mail it back to you. So it isn't like I'm swimming in the money. It just gets it done. The ribbon's costing about 100 bucks a sheet. And you do support me as an artist to keep on doing this and making videos and helping other people that want to get an affordable microphone that's not going to cost you a lot of money. Now, beyond that, I've listed a lot of microphones that you can be into. Let me know. This one I have for sale now. Someone should grab this. I can't tell you. It's the same mic as this one, except this one's passive. It doesn't have the electronics in it. Super clean, super beautiful. If you're a violinist, a cellist, a conga player, percussions, playing acoustic guitar at your house, this mic is fucking killer. Let me know. And then also the only other mic I have that is still in circulation to be sold is a donor body of an R40. And this is the one that I've made out of pure silver inside. It's pure silver wiring. It's a beautiful mic. It has such a great smooth top end. It's different than this mic. It's different than any mic you've ever heard because it's all silver wiring. And my friend that works at one of the greatest boutique hardware pro audio companies, he's the one that told me about it. So holy smokes, man, we're at 155 minutes. Oh my God, dude. Put a catheter in me and have me just fucking wear man diapers so I can sit here and fucking just keep on doing this. But I can't. I've got to call it a night. It's already almost midnight. I got to be up at 6 in the morning. And then also rinse and repeat. It all starts over. Dude, Paul, you made it. Paul's part of the fucking crew. Yeah, Paul. You got to get your Casio watch. Come on. Join the fucking club. You got it. And his club, I mean, I have different levels. One is Daddy Needs a Coffee. And Paul, what were the ones? I can't remember. So Paul's an official member. Thank you, Paul. I think Daddy Needs a Coffee. One is like Made My Day. And I think one is Holy Cow's Batman. I think that one was like 25 bucks. No one's going to fucking do that. But they give you like 4 categories and I just named them all. Most people do buy Daddy a coffee. And every month, you know, he's a member. So when I do an early video and I may make it for 24 hours that only members can see it, I'll hit you guys up and you'll see the video and you can comment in there. And it's just going to be you and about 5 people. So anyways, thank you for your support, everyone. Paul, I'm totally thrilled that you're part of that. I appreciate it. And man, everyone have a good night. I'm going to bed. I'll finish this tomorrow. If you're interested in this mic, hit me up. It's $450. The silver microphone is $500, fully insured. And like I said, go be diligent on finding your fucking ribbon mics that no one gives a fuck about. Common Time, I needed that. Thank you so much. And you are a member too. I know who my peeps are when I do a you know, my little videos, man. I'll expect you guys to give me some feedback. I'm gonna do my microphone as soon as I get a prototype back. I'll start shooting some videos for just you guys. and you guys could hear him, whoever's a member. And it'll be fucking dope. I'll do some Pro Tools breakdowns. You'll hear like that mic, maybe a BK5, maybe a Buyer 160, and we'll talk about what you're listening to and what I'm mic'd up and all that stuff. All right, everyone. Paul, you're the best, dude. Let me see. What is he saying here? I can't see it. Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you. It's midnight Los Angeles. I appreciate everyone that tuned in.